Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Today we are going to solve a classic Sudoku created by Ashish Kumar for the Patreons of his page Enthralling Sudoku. I will add the link to this Patreon page in the description of the video. You can check out the monthly rewards for his Patreons on his page. All the Sudokus are handcrafted by Ashish and are of excellent quality. Also, I will add the link to the online solving interface for this Sudoku so that if you guys want to have a try before watching this video, you can do so. And now during the course of this video, we will be explaining an advanced Sudoku technique later and the utility of using it in actual contests. So with that, we will start solving the Sudoku. The rules are each row, each column and each box will contain digits 1 to 9 without any repetitions. So we have a 9 in row 1 and row 2, which means the 9 in box 3 will go into one of these two cells, but 9 is in column 7. So which means we can place our first digit 9 in row 3 column 9. So because of these two 9s, we can corner pencil mark 9 in box 9 to one of these two cells, right? Also we have a 6 in column 7 and column 9, so which means 6 will be pencil marked to one of these two cells. But you have a 6 in row 9, so we can place the 6 in box 9 and which pushes the 9 to this cell. So you have a 6 in row 7, a 6 in row 9, which means 6 in box 7 will go into one of these two cells, but 6 is in column 1, so we can place our 6 here. And 6 is here and 6 is here, so 6 in box 4 must go into one of these two cells. We can just notate them. Okay, there is an 8 in row 1 and there is an 8 coming from column 7. So 8 can't be in these three cells and 8 can't be in this cell. So 8 in box 3 will go into one of these two cells. So which means using this 8 and these 8s, the 8 in box 1 can be narrowed down to one of these two cells. But 8 is in column 3, so we can get our 8 here. So we can remove the 8 from this cell. Right? So because of this 8 and this 8, the 8 in box 4 will go into one of these two cells. Any more easy digits? We have a 1 in row 2 column 2 and 1 in row 3 column 8. So 1 in box 2 must go into one of these two cells, and because of this one we can eliminate the 1 from here and place the 1 in row 1 column 4. And there is a 1 in row 7 column 9 and row 8 column 5, which means 1 in box 7 will go into one of these two cells because there is a 1 in column 2. Okay, if you look at column 2 now, we have placed 5 digits 1, 4, 8, 6 and 7. Remaining digits are 2, 3, 5 and 9, right? But these two cells cannot contain 3 or 5, right? Because 3 and 5 are in box 4. So which means that these two cells will contain 2, 9 in some order. So that helps us log 3, 5 in column 2. Because 3, 5 can't be in these two cells. They have to go into these two cells in column 2. We have a 9 in row 6, so which means this cell is not going to be a 9, it has to be a 2 and this will be a 9. And because of the 9 in row 4 and row 6, the 9 in box 5 can be pencil marked to one of these two cells because 9 is in column 5. So it can't go there. If you look at box 9, we have placed 5 digits again, 1, 5, 6, 8, 9. Remaining digits are 2, 3, 4 and 7. So this cell can't contain a 2 or 7 because 2 and 7 are in row 7. So this will be a 3 or a 4. We can mark the candidates. And these three cells can contain 2, 3, 4 and 7. 4 possibilities. So we will reserve against marking 4 digits now. Okay, we have 6 in row 2 and 6 in row 3. That gives us a simple 6 in row 1 column 5. And focusing on that box, as we just got a digit, 5, 8, 9, 1 and 6 have been placed and 2 cannot be in column 6. So these two cells, the only possible candidates are 3, 4 and 7, right? They can't contain anything else. So let's look at box 5 now. We have placed 5 digits, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 9. Remaining digits are 1, 6, 7 and 8. So 7 cannot be in row 5, so 7 would have to go into one of these two cells. Okay, we'll do something. We'll remove the corner pencil marks and write the possibilities because the candidates are very limited for each cell in that box. So if you look at this cell, it can't contain 6 or a 7, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. So remaining digits are 1 and 8. So we'll pencil mark them. And this cannot contain 7 and 8. So this will be 1 or a 6. And this cannot contain 8. So this will be 1, 6 and 7. And this will be 1, 7 and 8. Right? So 1 is in column 8 and 1 is in column 9. So 1 must go into one of these two cells, right? Okay, if you look closely, because we placed a 1, 6 here, these two cells cannot contain 1 or 6, right? And if you look along row 6, column 4 has a 1, 6. Column 5 has a 1, 6. So these two cells, I will highlight and show, these two cells cannot contain a 1 or a 6. And these two cells also can't contain 1 or a 6 because of the 1, 6 here. So which means that we have just exactly two cells left for the 1 and 6 in that row. So we can mark the pair now. Right, we can remove the colors and place the pair now. So this cell is not going to be a 7. So we'll place the 1, 6 there. So 1, 6 pair can be narrowed down to row 6, column 6 and row 6, column 3. Does that help us in our solve? So we have 2, 3, 9, 1 and 6 locked into place in row 6. Remaining digits are 4, 5, 7 and 8, right? So this cannot be 5 or 7, so this will be 4 or 8, and this will be 4, 5, 8, and because of this 5 we have a 4, 7, 8 here, and this is going to be 4, 5, 7, 8. So let us not mark 4 possibilities in a cell. Any more deductions? So we have an 8 here, we have an 8 here, so which means 8 can be narrowed down to one of these two cells in box 8. So 1, 6, 2, 7 and 8 are not possible in these two cells, right, along row 7. 2, 7, 8, 1 and 6. So remaining digits are 3, 4, 5 and 9. So you have a 3 here, so this will be a 4, 5 or a 9. And we have a 5, 9 in column 3, so this will be a 3 or a 4. And the moment we marked a 3, 4, you see that we have locked 3 and 4 in row 7, column 3 and row 7, column 7. We get a pair. So which means we can eliminate 3, 4 from rest of the cells in that row. So this is not a 4, and we'll remove the corner pencil mark and write the candidates. Remaining digits are 5, 8 and 9. We have a 5 here, so this will be an 8 or a 9, and this will be a 5, 8 or 9, right? Okay. So you have 1, 6 pair here now, which eliminates the 1 from here. So we get the 1 here, so this will be our 1, and that gives an 8 here and a 7 here. So 7 will be in one of these two cells because of the 7s here and here. So not much information. Because we have 1, 5, 6 pair, 1, 6 pair here. If you look at along column 3, 1, 5, 6, 8 and 9 are not possible. So remaining digits are 2, 3, 4 and 7. And you can't have a 7 here, so this will be 2, 3 or 4, and 7 must go into one of these two cells in box 1. And now we have restricted 7 to one of these two cells, and 7 must be in these 4 cells, which means that 7 in row 1 can't be here, obviously can't be in these 3 cells, has to go into one of these two cells because 7 is here, so you can't have a 7 there. You have a 9 here, right? So you can eliminate the 9 from this cell. This is not a 9. And if you look at the center cell, we have 4, 7, 8, 1, 6, 9 not possible. So it can contain only 2, 3 or 5, right? It cannot contain anything else. It will be 2, 3 or 5. And looking along row 5, we have the same set of 6 digits not possible here. 1, 6, 9, 7 is not possible, and 4 and 8 are not possible. So this will also be 2, 3 or 5, right? Okay, so we have reached the crucial point now. So what I would request our dear viewers is to pause the video here and see if you can find the advanced trick that we are going to cover shortly. I will stop here for 2 seconds so that you guys can pause the video and try to find. Okay, so let us move on to a different window to explain this technique, the technique that we are going to use now. If you look this grid, this is not the actual grid that we are solving. This is a sample grid to explain the technique that we are going to use. Let's look at rows 2, 5 and 9, right? Let's write the candidates which are not present in those rows. 2, 4, 5, 8, 1 and 6. Remaining digits are 3, 7 and 9. We can pencil mark them, right? We'll write the candidates. This will be 3, 7, 9. This will be 3, 7, 9 and this will be 3, 7, 9. Similar activity if you do along row 5. 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 1 and 5 are not possible. So remaining digits are 6 and 7, right? And let's look at row 9 now. 2, 9, 1, 3, 5, 6 and 8 are not possible. So remaining digits are 4 and 7, right? So basically what we have done is that if you look at rows 2, 5 and 9, we have restricted the position of 7 to columns 3, 6 or 9, right? In row 2, 7 can only be in 3, 6 or 9 columns. In row 5, 7 can only be in columns 6 or 9. And in row 9, 7 can only be in columns 3 or 9. So when you reach a position in a Sudoku where you are restricting the possibility of a digit in 3 rows to only 3 columns, then you can eliminate the possibility of that particular digit from the rest of the cells in those columns. So by that I mean you can eliminate 7 from any of these 3 cells in those columns, right? I will repeat again. So basically you have to narrow down a digit in 3 rows to 3 columns exactly, not more. So if you have 3 rows and exactly 3 columns where you are restricting the position of 7, in this case we are restricting the position of any digit in fact. So in this case we are restricting the position of 7. If you see at rows 2, 5 and 9, we are restricting 7 to columns 3, 6 and 9. 7 cannot be in any other place in those rows. So what it basically does there is that you can look at it easily. If you have a 7 here, so 7 in rows 2 and 5 will be going into these 2 cells and these 2 cells. So which will restrict the 7 from occurring in any of the cell. Similarly you can try with this also. So if you extend this technique to 4 rows and 4 columns, we call that a jellyfish. What we are encountering now is a swordfish. So we'll try to cover jellyfish in a later video. The technique that we saw just now, restricting the position of a digit in 3 rows and 3 columns, is called a swordfish. Now a swordfish is very difficult to spot in an actual contest in a timed scenario. It can be compared to a chess position. Let's say you are arranging chess pieces and trying to solve a combination. You know that there is a combination, so you will be bound to solve that combination more easily. However, when you are actually playing a chess game, you do not know at what point a combination will occur. A swordfish is akin to that. When you are solving a classic Sudoku, you will never know when the swordfish occurs. So it's much more difficult to spot swordfishes in a contest. So regarding their utility, so you can practice more Sudokus to see if you can spot swordfishes faster. After all, it does not hurt to know a new technique. It is important to know that this technique exists. Just because it's difficult, we can't ignore it. But swordfishes are, having said that, swordfishes are really difficult to spot in a contest, and you need to really keep an eye open for spotting such techniques. So let us now move back to the classic. So if you look at this classic Sudoku, we are having a swordfish at this point, right? So let us look at row 2 first. I will highlight the cells which are going to give us a clear swordfish. So if you look at row 2, your 5 can only be in row 2 column 1. 5 cannot be here, 5 cannot be in these 2 cells because 5 is here and 5 is here, and 5 cannot be here because 5 is in column 8. So 5 will go in these 2 cells in row 2. Similarly, if you look at row 6, 5 can only be in this cell, can't be here because it can only 4, 7, 8, and can't be here, and 5 can only go into this cell. And similarly, let's come down a little. If you look at row 7, 5 can go only into these 2 cells, right? Can't be anywhere else. Just look at these 3 rows, row 2, row 6 and row 7, and look at the position of 5. Now you can ask me why 5 in particular. There is no direct answer to this. It is like you have to see for a digit which gets locked in 3 rows and 3 columns. Like I said, it's hard to spot, but it does not hurt to know the technique. So if you look at rows 2, 6 and 7, we are locking 5 in 3 columns exactly, namely column 1, column 5 and column 9. So using the technique that we used earlier, we can eliminate the 5 from all the gray cells, right? They cannot be in anywhere any other cells in that column, right? So all the gray cells cannot contain a 5. Now this is going to help us a lot, because if you look at row 5 now, we are eliminating 5 from this cell and 5 from this cell, because 5 can't contain a gray, and that gives a 2-3 pair. What a logic! What a beautiful piece of technique to give us a pair which wasn't otherwise possible earlier. Because of this swordfish, we are getting a hidden pair in row 5. 2-3. What a classic Sudoku! A beautiful Sudoku to illustrate this concept. So now with that we got a 2-3 pair here. 4, 7, 8, 2 and 3 are not possible. So remaining digits are 1, 5, 6 and 9. So 6 and 9 is in column 7. So this cell can't contain a 6 or a 9. So it can only be a 1 or a 5, right? And 1, 5, 6 and 9 are now pending digits. But if you look at column 4, this cell can't contain any digit except 9. Because 4, 7, 8, 2 and 3 are not possible, and 1, 5, 6 is in column 4. So this can contain only a 9. What a beautiful Sudoku! Because of using the swordfish, we got a hidden pair, and that gave us a naked single. What a Sudoku, guys! And because of this 9, we get an 8 here, which gives a 5 here, which gives a 9 here. The Sudoku is just running now. And any more deductions? If you look at column 1, because we have placed 6 digits, remaining digits are 2, 4 and 5, right? 1, 3, 9, 6, 7, 8 have been placed already, but the gray cells cannot contain a 5, right? Because we have locked 5 to these 2 cells in row 2 and these 2 cells in row 6. So 5 can go only in here in row 2. So 5 would be here, and 5 in row 6 can't be here, so 5 has to go here using the swordfish technique. So these 2 cells will be, now that we have marked the swordfish, we can remove all the grays and gray cells. They are not going to help anymore, right? So these 2 cells will contain 2, 4 pair. We'll mark them, or rather, I think the technique will be more clear if I keep it highlighted, right? Because it will be more. So 5 was locked in these 2 cells in these rows, so we could eliminate the 5 from the rest of the cells in that column. Sorry. So 5 can't be in these cells, this cell, this cell, this cell. 5 can't be anywhere here, right? 5 can't be anywhere in these cells. So now let's continue with our classic solving. Along column 1, we have a 2, 4 pair now, right? We can mark that. 1, 3, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8 have been marked in place. And 5 in column 1 and 3 will give us a 5 here. So we can place the 5. I think we can place all the 5s now. 5 in row 4 and row 6 gives a 5 here. And that gives a 1 here, which gives a 6 here, a 1 here, and a 6 here. Beautiful. So any more digits? And if you look at column 2, there is only 1 digit left, which will be a 3. Okay. We have a 2, 3 pair here, which is not giving us information for now. Okay. 5 can be placed in box 3 now. 5 is in row 2 and row 3. So 5 in box 3 will have to go into this cell, and that gives us a 7, because 7 was in one of these 2 cells. So 7 would be here. And 7 has to go here now in box 9 because of the 7s here and here. And 7 will be pushed in one of these 2 cells in box 8. And these 2 cells can only be 2, 4, because 1, 3, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8 have been locked in place. So these 2 cells can only be 2, 4. Let's look at column 7 now. 1, 5, 6, 9, 7 and 8 have been placed. Remaining digits are 2, 3, 4. We can mark the candidates. Okay, 9 is in column 5 and column 4. So 9 in box 8 can go into one of these 2 cells, but 9 is here, so we get a 9 here. And does that give all the 9s? Yeah, we have placed all the 9s now. We have a 2, 3, 4 pair here. Okay, so if you look at box 9, 1, 5, 6, 9, 7, 8 have been placed in these cells. The remaining digits are 2, 3 and 4. You have a 3 or 4 here, so 2 must be in one of these 2 cells, which gives a 3 here, and which immediately gives a 3 here, because 3 can't be here, and that gives a 4 here, a 2 here, a 4 here, and a 3 here. So these 2 cells must be 2, 7 in some order. We can write the candidates there. This will be 2, 7. Because of this 4, we get a 2 here, right? And the 2 in box 6 has only one cell, which would be here, and this 3 gives a 2 here, and 2 in box 2 now can't be in these 3 cells because 2 is here and 2 is here, that gives a 2 here, and which gives a 2 here and a 7 here. And in box 3 we have 2, 5, 6 and 7, 1 and 9. Remaining digits are 3, 4 and 8. 3 is in column 9 and column 7. We get a 3 here, and that pushes the 8 here and the 4 here, and that pushes the 4 in box 2 to this cell. So remaining digits are 3 and 7. We can just write the candidates in those cells. Right, just because of that swordfish, guys, we got a 2-3 pair and which give us a digit, and the Sudoku is just running. We have no looking back really. Row 8, if you see 1, 5, 7, 9, 2, 6 and 8, remaining digits are 3 and 4. You have a 3 here, so this will be a 4 and this will be a 3. And the only possible digit left is 2. So 1, 3, 5, 6, 2, 8, 9. Remaining digits are 4 and 7. 4 is here, so this will be a 4. This will be a, this will be a 4. This will be a 7. This will be a 7 and this will be a 3. So along column 6 we have only 1 left now, 1 will go here, and along column 5 we have 3 and 8 left now, so 3 can't be here in row 6, so this will be an 8 and this will be a 3. 2, 3, 8, 9, 1, 5, 6 have been placed. Remaining digits are 4 and 7. 7 is in row 4, so 7 would be here and 4 would be here, and 2 cells left in box 6 are 4 and 8, so 4 would go here and 8 would go here, and that completes this absolutely gorgeous Sudoku. What is Sudoku? To illustrate this beautiful technique called swordfish. Like I said, swordfishes are no doubt hard to find in a contest. However, again I am repeating, it does not hurt to know that such techniques exist. After all, if you master them, you can go and find swordfishes in contests too. So hope you guys enjoyed watching me this absolutely beautiful classic Sudoku. Please support us by subscribing to the channel if you have not subscribed to the channel yet. We are posting videos on a daily basis and we hope to continue the good work. Thank you. Hope to see you all soon.